I've been thinking about equality lately between male and female. It seems like some of us are competing with a female counterpart that, I don't know, seems to be a little rebellious, like literally wants to seek the top position. And I realized that sometimes love requires sacrifice, sacrifice and order to come out better, okay? Come out better and purge yourself of something that you might have refused to do before, all right? Maybe fear, whatever it is, fear. Even could be something stupid like losing top position, losing power. When it comes to male and female, when we stop trying to gain dominance over one another, like I understand some females are authoritative and need to break out of that psyche, that thinking that, I'm powerful, so I should be on top. When we start seeing each other as equal, okay, whether we may be or not, that's when that spirit of strife and competition will die. And I don't mean die out completely as far as maybe the possibility of it could exist or not, but I mean die within you, competition, strife, dominance, that type of stuff. Some females, I guess, they like to be alpha, dominant. And I was thinking about it. I'm like, man, what if that was one of the tests that I had to, even though it's not right, scripture says that, look, the head of the female is the man. But even now, since we're like evolving now and finding new ways of being, I never like to put myself above the woman, but I never like to put myself like under complete and total dominance under her, for long periods if it's not necessary. But that's just me, you see. So I've been thinking about this, and I think some females, man, they need to understand that as painful as it is, you got to, if you really love somebody, if you really want to help them, you're gonna have to start seeing your helpmate. He might not be as strong as you, maybe in abilities, but you have to see him as an equal in some type of way, especially if you're trying to achieve something great. Like if you love somebody and keeping them under is not in their best interest, then you're not gonna do that. If you don't trust them being on top of you, top position, then you keep them right next to you. And that's the way I look at it. Like, look, I don't want to treat my woman like some of these men, like put them under or over. The scripture says we're not to mess up orderly arrangement. So until male and female starts to see each other, side by side on equal terms. Now, sure, the females have their own good qualities. Males have their own good qualities. Some say the female is the heart. Males are the mind. That makes sense. Okay, we are the thoughts. They are the feelings. Fine. But I realized that I was analyzing myself, I was like, run a little test on yourself, Jerry, Daniel, whatever, Luke. Run a test on yourself, and since you're dealing with female issues on the spiritual sense, what if the sacrifice for you to stay under her, just so you could love her, and you could show her that you're willing to love her, and maybe one day she'll realize that, look, I'm doing this because I love you. And maybe one day you'll see me as your equal, just based on that love, Because if she claims to love you and is keeping you in a position that is hazardous to your health, then she wouldn't leave you there under that position, right? And you wouldn't either. You wouldn't keep her under, or she could be in danger, or she wouldn't keep you under where you could be in danger. So until we get rid of that paranoia, that fear, I think it's paranoia. Some of these entities, they're paranoid, You've been on top for so long that you don't know what's it like to have somebody right there next to you as your equal, or maybe sometimes if it requires as your head. So that's what I mean. Like, look, there's nothing wrong with jumping positions. Like, if the female needs to take lead, it's not jumping ahead of the man. It's just if she needs to take lead, sometimes she takes the lead, okay? But some females try to lead, they don't know how to lead. But if she's a good leader, when she needs to step up to the plate, then she'll do that. And same with the male. If a female has problems being under dominance to her man, Then when it's necessary, listen, baby, baby, this is temporary. You understand? I'm not always gonna be lording things over you. It's just if there's a need for the man to step up and take charge, that's when he takes charge. You know, he becomes the head of the female. All right, by doing what he needs to do. And once the task is accomplished, then hey, calm back down on level terms as equals, right? Remember, there's an old saying that God pulled Adam and Eve, or he pulled Eve out of the side of Adam as an equal, right? To be seen like, you look, we're one, all right? We're just in two separate forms right now, but we're one. We're like equals, just we have our different qualities and differences, male, female. Okay, so yeah, it's not to lord things over the female. Like I said, if there comes a time when the female needs to take charge, where it seems like she's taking top position, then she's gonna do that. It's about trust too. You gotta trust, right? So if you're paranoid, you're not gonna trust the individual, you know. And since competing with each other, fighting with each other, this, that, and the other, sometimes it creates a division and distrust and unity between male and female. So yeah, we need to understand that getting rid of paranoia is getting rid of fear, and building trust. Well, trust is earned, it's not given. I always say that I like to prove and earn my trust. You know, I don't like people to just give it to me, because you know, people are messed up over like that. You should never let nobody, don't just trust anybody. Put them through tests, trials, and tribulations, and that type of stuff, so you can see whatever fears you have or concerns. I don't want this guy too close, because he might try to usurp and that type of stuff. So you know, you put them through things. All right, that's what it is. Anyways, yeah, when it comes to male and female, look, we're one, all right, equal. Now, like I said, the male represents to me the mind, the thoughts. The female represents the feelings, the emotions, the heart. That's why they say if women think with their heart, they love deeply. But some females have a problem with equality. They don't want to see you as their equal, because they've been single and on top for so long. I don't know. Or not single, but you know, like independent. That's what I mean. Strong, independent women. That it scares them. So they have. I understand the adjustments they need to make, but they need to be made. And same, like, look, if I had a wife, and she needed to take charge, and that required for me to take bottom position. Let's say I'm in 8 realm, right? 8 dimensional thinking. It's marriage, right? Blue. And she's, I don't know, 12, representing fiery, law, and that type of stuff. If it required for me to stay like that for a while, to, you know, so she could see, you know, that look, I love you, and when the time is right, you'll help me come up, right? And same for her, like when she's in the bottom, help her come up. So it's about coming up and making sure that nobody gets wronged in the process, all right? It's destroying the paranoia, the fear, whatever those fears may be, and just loving, you know, loving. It's showing them that you can love no matter what it is. Sure, you might mess up a few times in your testing. You're like, man, like what the heck? Okay, so I got it wrong. I'm trying to figure it out. Okay, but then you know, refine yourself, and yeah, that's the way things are on one level, all right? So that's talking between relationships, male and female, right? So anyways, yeah, it's a wonderful thing. It's a beautiful thing. And like I said, bottom top position, to me, it doesn't matter. Like, you know, I don't have a problem if there's no need, like I'm saying, if there's a need for her to take top position and make it seem like I'm at the bottom for more, okay, but she needs to realize and understand that I'm doing this because, you know, maybe it's required and I love her, until she breaks that paranoia and fear. When she's ready, she'll help me come up too, you know. And likewise, me to her, if I was in her position, if I was top and she was the bottom. So that's what it is, you know. She can't say she really loves you if she's keeping you on the bottom instead of seeing you as an equal. Whether she's stronger than you or more advanced than you know. If she loves you, she'll help you develop, and you know, you likewise, you know. She'll help you develop your abilities. You help her develop her emotions and feelings, even though that's what she's about. and a whole lot more. But you know, she claims to be feminine. And she's lacking in those areas. Maybe a male that's more insightful could help her, because you know, males are mine, so could help her how to get rid of those insecurities and fears that she has, and that way it'll make her even stronger as far as the love department goes. But that's not to say that, you know, you should just, you know, love recklessly, meaning you can't trust everybody, basically. So always make sure that you don't love naively, right? Because don't be naive, basically. Don't be naive. Understand that, you know, you do need to recognize that trust is earned, not given, all right? And same with respect, you know, respect yourself. If others don't respect themselves, you know, you still try to respect them. Try to, you know, show them a way of being that maybe they themselves are not used to. And you can't beat respect into them. You know, I like to, you know, show them a different type of respect, you know, just unconditional. And I don't like to use intimidation. Even maybe if I was like bigger and stuff like that, maybe, but I don't know. I like to emanate, just like, look, man, it's just natural for me to respect it, whether I was bigger than that, you know. Being bigger maybe it just means I'm more secure in my power, but regardless, you know, I don't want that, my size, my power, ability to be what people respect me for, you know. I also want them to respect me for being loving, kind, compassionate, and all that. So anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about. Equality, how some of these females, you know, they're so independent on the lower dimensions or whatnot, realms, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, it's it's crazy, and it's like, you know, I don't know what they're hoping for in a man. They have unrealistic expectations, you know. Look, if you have more than him, you need to, and you love him, you're really interested in build him up, you know, build him up. Excuse me. You could build him up and help him if you love him, you know. He's only as loving, compassionate, and as strong as you are, you see. So get rid of the paranoia, you get rid of the fear, but don't be naive. Remember, keep your guard up. Always keep your guard up. But I'm not saying like be distrustful. Just keep this in mind. Paranoia, like if you're paranoid, it's gonna make you do something stupid. You see, if you're paranoid, that means you're fearful, whatever that may be. If you're paranoid, this is gonna happen, I'm scared of this gonna happen, then that's fear too. You got paranoia and fear, and it's those two things that might lead you to do something stupid. If you get top position, you might be tempted to do something stupid, right? Just based on those emotions, or maybe best like, man, I did this wrong, you know, you're scared, so you run to hit the self-destruct button, basically. Anyways, yeah, that's all I got for this video. I hope you understand where the message is coming from. Continuing the faith, all glory and praise to the Most High, through His anointed one. All you elect out there, wherever you may be, whatever dimension or reality you may exist in. If you're listening to this, this is for you, the males and females. Yeah, you're all equal, man. You're all one, okay? You're all one. Competition just serves as just that, to compete, to help you elevate yourself higher, to transform and ascend, transcend, and all that. That's all it's good for, right? That's why if you read the Gnostic text, it says that the Father had a great contest to help those at the bottom come up and help them become their, you know, the best version of themselves. And that's what this process is about, I believe. So you got to elevate yourself, and sometimes, yeah, you might go through like the fear, and all. Maybe fear is not a good thing, but like I guess the the competitive spirit might be good for this contest, okay? But I don't think so. Maybe sometimes it could get out of hand if you're too competitive and you got a lot of strength and ability. That's not good, because you might do more than what you wanted to, perhaps, as far as you know, withholding and avoiding committing certain acts that you don't want to. So yeah. So anyways, I gotta go because I'm over here at this place and they're looking at me kind of funny. Anyways, think about what I said. It's a message that has to do with the male and female. Yeah. But anyways, I'm out. Bye.